Dr. Janie Gregg, and fellow peers. The functional area that I have chosen to conduct my presentation on is Strategic Production and Operations Management. In this presentation, Matthew Bailey and I have collaborated to present our presentation on operation and production and how it can be applicable to the Southwest Airlines case. Well, let's dive into it. Production is the creation of finished goods and services using factors of production such as labor, land, capital, knowledge, and entrepreneurship. Production management deals with the activities managers do to help their firms create goods. Also, operational management is the specialized area in management that converts resources into goods and also services. Another term would simply be POM, a shorter term, which is a better term for production and operation management, which is defined as the design, operation, and improvement of the systems that create and deliver the firm's primary products and services. POM incorporates many tasks that are interdependent, but which can be grouped into 5 headings that are as follows: product, plants, processes, programs, and people. It establishes a structure of roles and a flow of information within a POM subsystem. It determines the activities required to achieve the goals and assign authority and responsibility for carrying them out. One of its main objectives is to provide quality products at reduced costs. Another is reduced processing time, increase production within a given amount of time. Hence, Southwest takes you straight to your destination. Thus, operations management is geared toward a desired result: producing a good or providing a service. Goods are physical items that include raw materials, parts, sub-assemblies, and final products such as computers, iPads, automobiles. On the other hand, services are activities that provide some combination of time, location, form, or psychological value, such as a haircut, education, and air travel. Air travel. Air travel will be discussed during this presentation later of how the Southwest case can implement its role into its airline industry. Production processes typically account for about 70% of a firm's total assets. This illustrates that a lot takes place out of a production site. The book talks about three production and operation issues, which are as follows: restructuring and re-engineering, managing resistance to change, and deciding where and how to produce goods, which are highly relevant for successful strategy implementation. As I mentioned earlier, restructuring, often referred to as downsizing, as you may have noticed, involves reducing the size of the firm, or in this case, Southwest Airlines Company, number of employees or number of divisions in the airline structure. The sole purpose of Southwest implementing this strategy by reducing its size is to improve the efficiency and the effectiveness of Southwest. We all can recall from economics that profits are the ultimate goal of every business. Southwest's vision statement is to become the world's most loved, most flown, and most profitable airline. And in order for Southwest to become just that, Southwest has to produce the best products and utilize the best employees for the airline industry. In contrast to restructuring, re-engineering involves using information technology for the purpose of improving costs, quality, service, and speed. Southwest may have to reevaluate its objectives by re-engineering its infrastructures. The focal point is to change the way work is actually carried out at Southwest to save time and also to save money. The airline industry has undergone many drastic changes in the way operations are conducted since the Airline Deregulation Act of 1978. Also, a production and operation issue in the case mentioned 2 free check bags while boarding the Southwest plane. This is a great issue because airplanes run off of fuel, and heavier bags contribute to the expense of Southwest industry. If there is no restricted rule for the amount of baggage to bring, then Southwest will be subject to suffer the consequences of lost money and fuel consumption. The Southwest case mentioned that 26% of all air carrier revenue is used to pay the fuel bill. 26%. Changes have to be implemented as the fuel industry prices can fluctuate at any given time. How can production and operation management be implemented into the market penetration strategy? That's a good question. The duties or responsibilities of operational and production management include the following: planning, controlling, organizing, staffing, and also directing. Let's start with first off with planning. Southwest Airlines can improve its costs by using an approach to make the delivering of goods more efficient. The point-to-point is a great illustration for Southwest, as they have already instituted this strategy in the Southwest Airlines case. The second one is controlling. Restructuring a mature market by driving out competitors through the low fare, lowering the prices will attract new customers to its company. The third one is organizing. Utilizing less employees to accomplish as much as possible during the tenure of trips. Fourth one is staffing. Placing the right employees in place that demonstrate positive characteristics and values to customers and employees. Employees make a difference and can be very beneficial to Southwest if the right staff is put in place to handle customer concerns. And lastly, directing. In order for Southwest Airlines to grow its market share, Southwest needs to uphold its low prices to direct more and more customers to the company as word of mouth and marketing spreads. In order for Southwest to survive, it needs to adopt a long-term plan through market penetration. By penetrating other countries or regions of the world, Southwest should increase its profitability in the long run. Southwest Airlines should change its current business strategy, the low-cost strategy in the book, in order to remain competitive in the airline industry. But who doesn't like low prices? Through market penetration, Southwest targeted those individuals who are more concerned about prices of airfare. Utilizing this tactic to attract customers has been lucrative to the company, as well as to the customers who pay smaller fares for quicker air services. However, the company should adopt a new strategy to expand into other markets, not only nationally, but also internationally. This penetration should increase Southwest market share and raise revenue for the company. The Southwest case mentioned that its airlines offer point-to-point service, which means that Southwest travels directly to a destination, all rather than going through a central hub as other airlines do. It gets you straight to the point. This is timely effective for customers, which makes it more appealing to customers as they arrive to their destination. By implementing this plan, the end result creates more revenue for Southwest, which I reiterate, to increase sales and earn a profit is the primary agenda and ultimate goal of strategic production. Another aspect or strategy that Southwest uses in its operations to satisfy and sustain customers through operation and production management is the offering of complimentary sodas and snacks in its low-cost carrier, or another term is simply ULCC. Free amenities equate to appreciative customers who will in the long run continue to conduct business with Southwest. In order for Southwest Airlines to become a price contender in the airline industry, it needs to focus its plans and implement its plans towards the customers, since price is the single most important factor in selecting an airline for customers. By reducing prices and focusing on customer satisfaction, it will ultimately lead to more customers and more revenue. By implementing this marketing plan, the likelihood of increasing Southwest market share through market penetration is great. Thank you, and this concludes my portion of the functional presentation on production and operation management.